tanto jugando suelto como en competición. Tanto si se trata de un rápido 9 hoyos o de un gran 36. Tanto si juegas bajo presión o arrasando, siempre das lo mejor de ti. Nuevo Fuel de FootJoy.
Good deal. European Ryder Cup captain Henrik Stenson is joining us at the 104th PGA Championship. Henrik, welcome to your 16th PGA Championship. You've had your fair share of close misses in the PGA Championship. Does anyone stand out in particular for you?
Do you want to make me cry already? No, it's been, I mean, other than the Open Championship, the PGA has been the major where I've been the most successful over the years. I think I got 2/3, a 4th, a 6th, and another top 10. So yeah, it's been some really good tries, and I guess the 14 one we were certainly up there, and 08 as well by memory. So yeah, it's I think it's a style of golf that suits me. A lot of time emphasis on hitting fairways and greens, and that's kind of been my strong point throughout the years. So yeah, hopefully we can give it a good week, and yeah, I'd love to put myself in contention once again here, and it's been a while since we've been in contention in any tournament, really. So yeah, this would be a good week to start.
Congratulations also on your appointment as European Ryder Cup captain. Can you let us know where you are in the planning stages, or is it still too far away?
No, it's about 500 days away, and we better make use of those 500 days. I got a big and strong team around me, my own personal team that works together with Ryder Cup Europe, and there's a lot of wheels that are spinning at the moment, a lot of things in planning, and yeah, I'm heading down to Rome in a couple of weeks' time for the first site visit, and we have a busy couple of days ahead of us there. So no, it's already started, and a lot of fun processes, and it's a very a big honor, obviously, to be named the captain, and to get to lead the European team on home soil next September. So yeah, we're gonna try and do everything we can to be well prepared and ready.
And we know the first week of October will be the Ryder Cup Year to Go activities, and we know that you and your counterpart, Zach Johnson, will be there doing a lot of fun things. So great to have you here this week. Let's go ahead and go to Q&A.
Thank you.
Questions? Yes, on mic 7, please.
Henrik, you mentioned you had a lot of wheels spinning. Can you talk any less in on any secrets about possible changes to qualifying periods, wild cards, more vice captains, anything like that?
Captain's picks, you mean?
So, well, I call them wild cards, but you call them what you like. Captain's picks.
Yeah, I mean there are quite a few things in the works, but it will be announced in due course in not too far distant future here. So yeah, I can't really spill the beans on that today, but there will be some changes. That's what we're working towards, and we need to have that approved and ready to go. Discussions with the tour and everyone involved, and yeah, there'll be one or two little surprises maybe down the road. So yeah, stay tuned.
I will. Would it be fair to say that having the last qualifying event as the BMW PGA last year didn't really work? It was too close to Whistling Straits?
I think that was kind of the general feeling among players, and especially, I mean, we've gone through some bumpy times here with COVID, and our qualification process got kind of halted, and then it started again, and we had points multipliers, and BMW being a Rolex Series event, and a big points tournaments with the multiplier and so on. There was a lot of potential outcomes very, very late in the process. So I think we learned from that, and we're going to do it slightly different this time around.
Very good. Mic number 2, please.
Over here. You noted how you've come close in this tournament a few times. I'm wondering, after Phil won it at 50, at 46, does that kind of create any new sense of optimism for you this week, that this could happen for you?
Yeah, I got 4 more years to prepare, I guess. Yeah, no, I think that's... yeah, I mean, that was certainly for us for us guys who are a little bit on the older side, of course that's great to see Phil winning at 50 last year and give that inspiration that it's certainly not too late. And as we know, there's a lot of things contributing in this game. We see the younger generation, the kind of firepower they have off the tee and the distances, but there's more to it than just distance. And no matter what your age, if you play your best game and you use all that experience and mental abilities and everything else, you can certainly be up there and win even at a later age, and maybe when you don't quite have the same distances as the 23-year-olds of today. So yeah, it was certainly inspiring and good to see.
I think Zach is going off in the group in front of you. Is there any back and forth between you guys at all this week?
Maybe all of a sudden I can find 20 yards. It's no, I've known and played against and with Zach my whole career. My first Ryder Cup in Ireland in 2006, I played together with Pordre a better ball match. It was Zach and I think Scott Verplank, and Zach played unbelievably well and certainly gave me a beating there. So I'm looking forward to trying to return that favor in Rome.
Question on mic number 8, please.
Henrik, there's obviously endless talk about the Saudi series at the moment. What is the situation in regards to the Ryder Cup? Or are you able to enlighten us at all regards players and whether they're going to be eligible or sanctions, that sort of thing?
No, not really. It's I mean, the release policies are certainly between the individuals and the tour, and not something I'm involved in. And the same goes for the rest of it. I got no information to share with you on that end, and I would refer those questions to the tour.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Henrik, obviously it's a long time since Southern Hills hosted the PGA in 2007. Any memories of that week, or what have you found coming back to the course?
I definitely remember the hottest major in history. It was brutal. It was so hot, especially down on that range. It was being in a sauna down there. So I was fearing it a little bit on Sunday when I went down there, and it was starting to feel kind of the same way. But luckily the cooler temperatures have rolled in, and it looks to be a very nice week weather-wise. Golf course changed a bit. It seems to be quite a few trees have been cleared out, and different kind of look to the playing surfaces, more kind of open style. Some fairways between holes that are now going together rather than being the more classical look and tree line and thicker rough on the sides. So I think it will play a little different, but ultimately it's fairly long. At least certainly some of the holes are pretty long, and the green complexes they're fairly small and sits towards you, and just the slopiness of the greens is going to make the putting quite tricky and not unusual with the same kind of at Augusta. You're going to have very quick downhill putts, and then once you turn around, you got very slow uphill putts. So it's just on the challenging side with the putting. I think that's just getting the speed right and being able to cope with those differences. You could have 3 uphill putts, 3 holes in a row, and now all of a sudden you got a very slick downhill putt on the 4th hole. So, but the game plan on my end would be fairways and greens as much as possible. Try and leave yourself underneath the hole, and you know, the more easy pars or birdie chances you can give yourself in a major championship, the better it is, and the better you're going to do. So with my own game, I feel like striking is moving in the right direction, and also the putting. So I'll keep chipping away and see what we can do.
What kind of clubs have you been hitting into the 2 par 5s? Is there any chance of getting there in 2, or would they have to move the tees up to do that? Yeah,
on 5 yesterday we had a slight bit of help, and I had a good drive and a good 3-wood, and I was up in the greenside trap. So I think that one's maybe 650. Yeah. So yeah, if you can influence the course setup to move the tees up, maybe 15, that'd be perfect for that 3-wood to be middle of the green. So. Yeah, as always, we're going to see certain holes being moved around a little bit, particularly the par 5s, and normally maybe 17 as well might be an up tee 1 or 2 other days to give the players the opportunity to go for the green. So I'm sure we're going to see that being played around a little bit with.
Mike 8.
I just wondered, Henrik, which are the 2 most interesting holes do you think out there?
Ooh, they're all interesting. I think, in terms of golf course design and so on, I like a drivable par 4. So I think 17 comes Sunday, with a tee up and reachable maybe with a 3-wood, then that certainly gives the opportunity for something extra to happen. You could see someone laying up and maybe hitting not the best wedge shot and might struggle to make par, and someone hit a great 3-wood to 20 feet and have a good look for eagles. So those are the holes where a lot of things can happen, and a lead can change hands. So I'll put in 17 for sure. What else? It's funny though. I wouldn't say I kind of look at a golf course that way. Which holes would be the most interesting ones? But and I think both 9 and 18. 18 is a tough one as well to finish off if you need a 4-up 18. We've seen that in the past in the history of this golf course, and something that you'd hope that you feel like it should be a 2-putt, all of a sudden isn't, and those greens both on 9 and 18 are quite tricky, and yeah, it's a tough one to finish. If you need a par to win, we know that's a tough one. So interesting finish.
Let's go ahead and zoom out to Golf Digest, Shane Ryan. Shane, do you have a question for the captain?
Captain Stenson, sorry, I'm hearing myself in my ears here. When you accepted the captaincy, it took longer than normal for the decision to be made. And I was curious, specifically, did you have to guarantee that you wouldn't be playing with LIV Golf during the time that you're a European captain? Was there any formal discussion about that? Did you have to sign something? That's the question.
Yeah, I think if you look at the announcement of the European captain over the last 2-3 times, there hasn't really been a set time for when that has been announced. It's been, I think, anything from December to February to January to March. So it's been kind of a little bit all over the place within the same time frame. So I don't know if there's anything to read into that. And there is a captain's agreement that's being signed between the captain and the European Tour or the DP World Tour or Ryder Cup Europe is probably more the correct counterpart. And what's in their contract is within their contract and not something I can really disclose at this point.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Shane. Juan?
Yeah, so I have 2 questions in English and 2 in Swedish. I'll do my best. But
oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to the Swedish ones now.
We'll start with the English.
Okay.
So it looks, you have already recruited Thomas Bjorn as your vice captain. It looks a little bit like Paris again and what happened there. So are you thinking about other vice captains, maybe Olazábal yeah.
It's music to my ears already. If you already think it's looking like Paris, we were very happy with Paris, and if we can get close to Paris again already, 500 days out, it's certainly lined up very nicely. But delighted to have Thomas accept as my vice captain, my first vice captain, and he's got a world of experience, both as a player, as a vice captain, and mainly as the winning captain of our 2018 Ryder Cup team. So I'm going to depend on him for a lot of good and healthy discussions on decision making and use his experience in the lead up to Rome. So very happy to have him on board. In terms of others, there might be something, but I will let you know in due course if there's any more vice captain announcements on the horizon. But as for now, we'll stay with Thomas and I'll work with him for the time being.
So, and this is something, for every captain, maybe every time, but for the next 500 years, how do you combine being a captain to being competitive and training and playing tournaments? So yeah.
Did you say 500 days or 500 years?
500 days.
Yeah. I was afraid. I thought 500 years. I didn't sign up for that long.
Yeah. That's not in that contract that you were saying? No,
okay. It was not 500 years in there.
Okay,
yeah, that is for certain. And I mean, I'm depending a lot on Ryder Cup Team Europe and my own team to help me out as much in this process. I'm very confident with the people I have working together with me on this mission, and the better work we can do together in planning and so on, the more time I can have for my own golf game. And yeah, as you know, I'm very much an active player, and I'm trying to make birdies and put myself in good positions on the golf course and in the golf tournament. So yeah, we are doing the best we can. I'm sure it will be occupying my mind a bit more than I would like to at times. I think that's me as a person. I want to do a good job. I want to be there for the players, making sure that we've done everything we can in preparation. So it will take up a lot of time, but it's fun. It's fun time, and I think in terms of energy, it also gives you a bit of a boost when you're doing things that you really enjoy and that are fun, rather than feeling like it saps energy out of you. So it's going to be an interesting journey, and we're going to do everything we can to get the desired result in Rome, and for me to be able to perform as well as I can along the journey as well.
So here's my question in Swedish. Pay attention. No, it's kind of the same question. So how is the life now as a Ryder Cup captain, and how are you going to combine all your responsibilities and your competing and all that? So please answer in Swedish.
Yeah, I was looking forward to you asking me in Swedish.
I know
That was going to be the highlight on my morning.
Tomorrow if you leave in, yeah.
Okej. Ja, det är självklart så är det mycket planering som har startat redan. Det är 500 dagar kvar tills vi kommer att vara i Rom, men det är mycket som ska hinnas fås in under de 500 dagarna. Det är långa ledtider på allting från kläder till golfbagar och kepsar och alla saker som vi behöver runt omkring. Så att det är ju redan processer som är igångsatta på den fronten. Sen ska det tas beslut om kvalificeringsperioden när det ska startas och avslutas och allting med scheman och så här. Så att det är många processer som redan är igång. Jag har ett jättebra team, ett personliga team runt omkring mig tillsammans med teamet från Ryder Cup Europe som jobbar tillsammans. Och det är ju en målsättning som vi har, att ju bättre vi kan jobba där, desto mer tid kan jag fortfarande få fokusera på min egen golf och mitt eget spel och tränande. Så att det är klart att det kommer ju ta en viss fokus ifrån det vardagliga, men det är mycket kul, och då ger det ju energi också. Så att ja, det är en spännande resa och någonting väldigt hedrande att få vara med om.
And the last one in Swedish is specifically about this week. I mean, how do you see the course, and what parts of your game are going to be key here to do well?
Ja, vi är tillbaks på Southern Hills, PGA-mästerskapet här 2007. Det var brutalt varmt i augusti då. Det kommer vara lite svalare här nu denna veckan, vilket känns skönt. Bana som det är Major Championship, då är det ganska långt. Det är små marginaler. Spelet tee till green kommer ju vara väldigt betydande, och sen puttningen, speedkänsla på puttningen. Vi har ganska små griner som lutar mycket, vilket gör att du kommer få puttar som kan vara väldigt tröga uppför, och så kan du ha några av dem och sen helt plötsligt har du en glashåll putt åt andra hållet. Så att kunna variera sin hastighet och sen givetvis sätta då bollen på rätt ställe för att ge dig själv de bästa puttarna. Och som alltid när det gäller majors så på tuffa banor så är par en bra score. Så att ja, mycket fairways, mycket greener, ge sig själv lite birdie-chanser och ta så många enkla par som möjligt, så ser vi vad det räcker till när veckan är över.
Okay, thank you.
Good deal. We have 3 more questions. We're going to zoom out to Simon Nessler. Simon, do you have a question?
Simon is muted.
We're going to try that again. Simon, do you have a question for Captain Stenson?
Yes. Do you hear me now?
Very good. Yes, we can.
Yes. in Norway we have jokes about the Norwegian, the Swedes, and the Danes, and I guess you have some kind of similar jokes in Sweden. And for the Ryder Cup, you've already chosen Thomas Bjorn as your vice captain, and there's a good chance that Viktor Hovland will be in your team. How do you think about such a Scandinavian trio, and how important can Viktor be for your European team?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to hear the jokes that we make about Norwegians in Sweden, so I'll leave that part out, right? No, I think I mean, Viktor is a fantastic young player and person. Happy to gotten to know him over the last 2-3 years, really, and I certainly have high hopes for him. Of course, both making the team and being there as a strong foundation for not just this team, but for teams to come past Rome. So I'm sure Thomas and Viktor and myself can work out a way to be friends just for that 1 week and put together a real nice Scandinavian mix to the Ryder Cup in Rome. So yeah, happy to follow Viktor's progress, and we're going to make that work really well. So no need to worry.
Thank you.
Thank you. 2 more questions. Over here on mic number 2, please.
Since the captaincy was announced, I'm wondering, like in a setting like this or anywhere, casual conversations with other players, is it all about the Ryder Cup right now, whether it's European players or Americans who are bragging rights or anything like that?
No, actually, the US team have not been bragging too much. I think they're just happy with the outcome. So we haven't had much chat about that. But yes, for me, I'm in a different position now. I feel the responsibility of trying to get to know a few players that I haven't really had the chance to spend time with over the years. I mean, the older players from Europe, I know them very well. We played and traveled together for the last 10, 15, 20 years. But there are some new players on the European side that I don't know that well, and I will try over these next 6 months to a year to get to know them a little bit, because there's certainly chances that a few of them will be on the team, and the same goes for some of the guys over on this side. That Seamus Power, Sepp Straka, a few others that I haven't really. I've played maybe a round of golf with them over the last couple of years, but that's about it. So I'll try and get to know them as well, because they're also on the potential list, of course. So yeah, the more players I can know at an early stage, I think the better it is.
Final question on mic number 7.
Henrik, excuse me, Henrik. When you lead Europe to a glorious victory next year, where on your body are you going to have the winning score tattooed?
There's a reason why I brought in Thomas. He knows where to find those spots, and I'm sure he can. He's got room for another one, don't he?
Yeah. So you're going to just use him as a sort of a dummy.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The tattoo vice captain.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Have a wonderful week, Captain.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
El nuevo Pro SL no tiene clavos, pero tiene un agarre increíble. Con una plancha de carbono adicional para optimizar el retorno de energía y un nuevo y moderno diseño, el zapato original de máximo rendimiento sin clavos tiene algunas ventajas importantes.